Welcome back to Who Want a Life Sentence. I appreciate you guys for tapping in. Please like, share, subscribe, and leave a comment if it's not too much. Um, I want to say big shout out to Michelle Judd, the one who calls me her internet husband. She said she was like, I gotta remember that even though I got stuff going on, there is a certain like not a, I don't want to call it a fan base, but like people be checking for me. She was like, keep that in mind, and I do that, and that's why I say I apologize, guys, because I know y'all like kicking it. I like kicking it too. So I'm actually here because thinking about the things that Michelle Judd said. Um, so we gonna get into it like this, man. It's a nice Saturday. Y'all know I like to share some of my life experiences with y'all, particularly the bad ones, in hopes that someone can learn from them. I'm not proud of them. If I had a chance to change them or go back and do it different, then I would. Um, because now I know the value in working hard for things. Now I know how you destroy your soul by piling a lot of bullshit on it with some of the things that we do in life. So, like I said, y'all please like, subscribe, hit the cash app if you want to. Enjoy the story with your ugly ass. So, today we talking about business, a certain type of business, right? I'm just saying business, but today we talking. I want to tell y'all about what I call my rattlesnake days, right? Um, and those were the days when I was, pretty much when you could say dangerous, harmful to myself and others. Running around doing what I do in the street, but I decide I needs a job. Sidebar. I have worked at McDonald's, Burger King, Pizza Hut, Taco Bell, Captain D's, Wendy's, Domino's, and probably a couple of more that I can't remember, right? And see, I got a lot of hustle and I got a lot of energy. So getting a job for me was never a problem because I could just keep doing stuff and keep trying to get jobs until one eventually land. But the problem I always found with getting a job is, and this just for me, may not be the situation for you guys, but the problem for me with getting a job was the make a long story short, the timeline. Um, I didn't like having to work today and then get paid in 2 weeks because what happens is I had a courier job driving. I had my own courier van, and I used to deliver stuff and products. And that was even though I was a private contractor, they would pay us 2 weeks later. So we got paid every week, but it was for 2 weeks ago. You see what I'm saying? So we got paid every week, but it's for 2 weeks ago. The next check will be for the 2 weeks. So the problem with that is um I would calculate something like, okay, so if I would the week start on Sunday. I'm gonna get ready to take y'all through it. Y'all gonna buckle up, right? So the week start on Sunday, the week end on Friday. So from Sunday to Friday, I'm mentally calculating what I got going on, even though they don't give me certain numbers. For instance, like Sunday or Monday morning, they might tell me, hey, we need you to run these medical supplies to Alabama. So in my head, I automatically say, okay, I'm starting the week off good. My goal is to get $1,000. If I start off Sunday or Monday making a trip to Alabama, that should net me anywhere from 250 to 350. I don't know the exact price because they don't give me that when they tell me they got to run for me. I just know that it's a long run, which means would add up to the money for the miles and things like this. So I start off Sunday. I'm like, okay, I jump out there good, 300. Then here come Monday. I might get 2 or 3 good runs. I know I made 200. So by the time I get to Friday, I put in my head mentally, I've said, okay, I made at least $900. Now, I don't know the exact amount that I've made, but I write down that 900 for the following 2 weeks ago, right? And what happens is, so now I got to start my new week, start working for some more money. But I know that I'm owed 900 for this week, for that last week. Now I'm working on some more money for this week. And what happens is when that 2 week come and that $900 check get there and it get to me, I it say we're gonna say it that $900 check get to me, but when it get to me, it's only 750. I got 2 weeks in between that I'm still calculating for. Like, okay, that week was 900. This the previous the week after that was, I should have made at least 800. I did big runs to Tennessee and Florida, and then I got the week that I'm currently in. So when I'm looking at the check for 2 weeks ago, it's kind of confusing because I don't know if I've been shorted for something that I've done, or even still, I'm quicker to forgive it because I know that in these other weeks that I've worked, I've made my money. So I'm like, all right, I ain't gonna trip it. I got my little money. And what happens is over time, that number starts to build up and build up and build up. And long story short, you end up you getting gypped out of your money. This may not be the case for everybody, but I know what was going on in the courier service that I was doing, right? And it may not even be it. Believe me, there's a design to it, and I could also see that it was designed for me to not make more than about $500 or $600 a week. So even when I'm pushing 800, someone else on the other end is looking at me crazy. So I just say that to say, I say all that to say, these are the things that push me into wanting to get my own money, start my own business. I can't wait for I can't do work now and wait for 2 weeks. I don't. If I do work now, I don't want to wait till Friday. I'm gonna be honest, because in the business that I do, everything that I work for, I'm paid for immediately. That's why I went in and started me a landscaping company, because when I come and I show up and I do work, I want payment then. The only exception outside of that is early payment, which means you just pay me for the month. For the month, you just give me 500. If I'm doing your yard for $150 a week, that's 150, 300, 150, 600. You owe me $600. If you pay me at the beginning of the month one time, just give me 475. You save yourself a whole hundred and some more. You see what I'm saying? So if you pay me one time, then I ain't even got to see you when I come to your house. I'm just gonna do my business, and then I'm gone, but I'm already paid for it. So this is my mentality. This is what I'm used to. I just feel like the paying in 2 weeks is, it's on the pimp schedule. You know what I mean? I can't get with it. And I don't, not no one who doing it, but for the jobs that I had, the fast food jobs, man, I feel like y'all should be paying me every hour, every time y'all sell a couple burgers, shoot me a couple dollars. You know what I mean? Not only that, y'all don't want to shoot me a couple dollars. Y'all want me to wait 2 weeks and then give me and then take most of the check. You know what I mean? The check is, I done made 450. Y'all take $72 for tax and this and that and this and that. When by the time the money get to me, I got 316. This is for 2 weeks worth of work. Anyway, this is just my mind frame. So I've been into getting my own money. So we'll start off like this. I'm tired of running around the streets. I decide I need a job. I go up to Wendy's. Well, this actually when I actually got the job at Wendy's from being from still in prison, from being from in the transitional center. So as I'm working at Wendy's, they started you off like on the fry machine or somewhere in the back making chili, and then it's not many steps, but you know, if you do well or if you presentable, next thing you know, they giving you a register. So they gave me a register at Wendy's. I'm gonna say because maybe I was one of the presentable ones. You know what I mean? Maybe I was one of the presentable ones. But I'm in prison. I'm in a transitional center. So maybe it's a test, maybe it's not. So me working up here at Wendy's, I ain't gonna tell y'all which Wendy's. So me working up here at Wendy's, and all these stories are over 20 years old. So I'm sure the statute of limitation has. I'm sure Somebody hit me. Give me 1 second. That's that money. Okay, sorry about that. Like I was saying, I'm sure the statute of limitation has run out on this stuff that I tell you guys about, right? While I'm up at Wendy's, man, I'm working, I'm doing my work. You know, I ain't really too much thinking about the money because I'm 23 years old. This is my first job ever in the world. I've had jobs, I had details, responsibilities. Damn it, man. Okay, so sorry about that. Anyway, like I was saying, dude interrupted me, man, didn't even want that. So I'm working up at the Wendy's and I'm doing the work and I'm not really thinking about the money because, you know, it's never been a part of my plan. I've never really had money. I'm talking about literally before I've ever had any of my own money. 23 years old. So I remember after working like the first 2 or 3 weeks, because you know, at Wendy's you had to put a week in a hole and then you gotta wait 2 weeks. I can't remember. It was like real slavery, right? But when the checks come in, the manager, her name was Miss Barbara. Miss Barbara passed out the checks, so she give everybody their check. She called me back into the office because you know they can't give me my money. My money go to the TC. The TC give me $35 that I can spend. The rest of the money go to my account. So she called me back to the office. The office is real small, so I'm standing in the doorway, like got a broom in my hand or something. And she smiling, hand me my check. So I open it up, you know, I see it got my name on it. This is the first time I done seen money that I done earned for myself. Got my name on it. It's like some low ass number, but I'm really, really happy, right? It's like the first check, like 172 or something like that, but it got my name on it. You know what I mean? And I'm happy. And I'm like, cause she just sitting down looking at me, looking at my reaction, and I'm happy as hell. I'm like, damn, you know what I mean? She like, yeah, you know, I can't give it to you. So I get her the check back. She like, I just wanted to show it to you, you know what I mean? You doing a good job. I'm like, cool. So I know I got me a little money, you know what I mean, going to the TC. And like I said, I worked my way up to the register, you know, just being who I am. And I mess around and peep like a weakness in their situation. It's probably been updated now. Hopefully it has anyway. And I don't advise anybody to do anything like this. But what I remember is whatever I was doing, it wasn't new. I ain't invented nothing because they had a name for it. When she caught me, she came and told me something like something about maybe it was like under ringing, right? Under ringing, something like that, under ringing. So I literally used to hate being on the cash register because trying to figure out these people orders. These machines are like really old. They weren't the digital stuff they got now. They was like analog. You had to push buttons and stuff on. So when you push the button and they add a special to it, you know, it wouldn't just do it. Like they'll be like, okay, if they want to make it this, you got to go over here and do this and do this and that. And I really couldn't stand being on the register. And they tried to make you be on the register. And I think if you get good at it, they end up putting you in the window. That's what they need somebody strong at, like in the drive-through window. So if I get good on the register, it like damn near kick me to the drive-through window. I already know what I don't like being on the register. She keep putting me on the register. So what happened is I remember I came by the little scheme. I tripped by I tripped by it. It wasn't. It wasn't something that I was thinking on. It was something like say like somebody came in and just ordered just a chicken nugget. They like give me a 4-piece nugget. That's 99 cents. So they give me $1. Something was going on with the register to where I couldn't just hit the button right then. Maybe I needed the manager code. Maybe I'm waiting on somebody, but something happened to where I just can't hit the button on the register. But the people only wanted a nugget. So they give me the money. I put the money on the counter. I'm waiting, I'm waiting, I'm waiting. I'm waiting with this customer. The nuggets are right here. Like, fuck it. I grab a nugget, put it in the bag, boom, give it to the customer. They walk out, boom. And I'm thinking about it. And I'm like, the money's still on the counter. I'm still waiting on I'm like, take the money. It's my dollar now. So this is how it begins. Whoever I'm waiting on, man, whatever, come back up like, what's wrong? I'm like, then they said, give them, they don't want it no more, and they left. Okay. So now I'm like, man, I figured out in my head, every time somebody orders something that's like not special, if they just want a burger that's sitting up there or some fries or nuggets or something that's already made, if it's not special, I'm like, I can get off on that because, I can just make it for them and give it to them. But what happens is, like I said, I gotta, because I can't open the register. I gotta just put the money on the counter. Man, I done this now. I'm doing this about at least 3 or 4 times a day. And again, the problem with this kind of bullshit is once you do it one time and get away with it, you start to rationalize in your head like it's not so bad, it's just this, it's just that, I'm not gonna get caught in all this bullshit, right? So I remember, man, I ain't been doing it long. So again, it's what they call under ringing, because when she brought it to me, that's what she said. So I've been under ringing probably about 2 weeks, week and a half or whatever. I don't do everybody. I just do like if a kid come in, somebody young, under ring their ass, get whatever they want. Especially if the counter, if like there's nobody behind the counter with me, they in the back in the kitchen or whatever, I go serve them real quick. If there's a crowd out there, I don't do no under ringing. I'm everybody, right? I'm hitting everybody. So I remember this one time. The kitchen was almost clear. One many people in the dining hall, white dude come in and he had like on a cowboy hat. And I just, for some reason I remember him, maybe because of the way that he acted, but he came and he ordered something. It was something small, like, give me a vanilla ice cream, 99 cents, cool. I don't ring it up. I said, the machine, something going on, I get your ice cream. He give me the dollar. I put the dollar next to the register. When I put the dollar next to the register, he just looked at the dollar. And then he looked at me. And it was something in the look, something kind of funny, but I'm hustling. So I go and make the ice cream. I'm hustling, making it look like I'm doing my job. I get him the ice cream. When I get him the ice cream, he don't just turn and walk out. He just kind of stand there with the ice cream. And he kind of back up. And later on, I figured, like, now I'm figuring, I'm like, okay, maybe he looking to see is this dude gonna put the money in the register. So I'm looking at him, he looking at me, and I immediately go on to doing something else. That's what I go on to doing something else, and I leave the money right there because I'm waiting for him to leave. He watched me like kind of a little bit while longer the whole time. He gonna walk out. Once he gonna walk out, I make sure the coast clear. Oh, tripping, Dad, tripping. My dollar, you know what I mean? So it was like the next day, as soon as I get my drawer, Barbara coming down, she come up to me, she like, uh-huh. Red, they told me you've been up here under ringing. I'm like, under ringing? She's like, yeah, they told me you've been under here under ringing now. Let me catch your ass. Let me catch your ass. Not only is it gonna come out your check, but your ass going back to prison. I'm like, I don't even know. I'm trying to act best as I can because first of all, she got me. Second of all, I don't know how I got caught. Anytime I've done this, the coasts have been completely clear. But like I said, if you know what you're doing and know what you're looking for, then you can clearly tell I'm stealing. Oh, she like, yeah. Let me find out you doing that. You going back to prison. Boom. Man, I was so scared. I was so scared from what she told me. I ain't even under ring no more. I ain't even on the ring no more, man. I stopped doing it because I always felt like now it was some eyes on me or something. But uh, for the little time that I was under ringing at Wendy's, man, I might have made damn near half my check. You know, like the money that I was making in my check, I might have made that half of it for under ringing. You know what I mean? But that got old quick, and Miss Barber sent my ass back to prison. Yeah. Not for under ringing. She sent me back to prison for refusing to work. She sent me back to prison. I went to Dodge State Prison. That was my under ringing story. A while later, I get back off in the street. I'm doing my thing. You know what I mean? And because it come in waves. It's like, dang, I really want to quit this. I really want to quit doing this and living like this. So let me try it again, man. Let me try it again. Now this time I'm done with prison. Everything is over with. You know what I mean? I'm completely on my own. I think my son is maybe a year or two old. I go get a job at Taco Bell. So I get the job at Taco Bell, man. It's pretty cool. It's real easy though. Taco Bell's make table is real simple. You know what I mean? You're gonna throw the meat in there, the lettuce. Wow. It's gonna be like it's like the meat, the lettuce, then gonna be the cheese. The motherfucker be done. And then or if it's a soft taco, throw it in there, wrap it real quick. I mess around and became the best burrito wrapper in the building. You know what I mean? I could wrap that thing to well, won't nothing fall out once you be eating it. You know what I'm saying? So Taco Bell, man, we had a little gay manager. Well, I don't call him little because he was bigger than me. His name was Charles, big old black dude. I can't remember where he from, but like it was crazy because like he was just a like just a black ass nigga. I mean that was, but he was gay, so but he was cool. He was cool. Now never brought no gayness out towards nobody at work. But you could tell he wasn't interested in no women. But this was ugly head, and he had like a fucked up afro under hair nets, and he would have a hat on top of that, and it was just look. I don't know if this was like some kind of shit he was just putting on just to come to work. Then he wore like the Crocs, the black Crocs, the slip resistant Crocs. I ain't never, whole time I work fast food, I know as soon as you get there, you got to get the slip resistance, but this had slip resistant Crocs. So, he like his whole style was different. Then like his clothes were all the way dirty. I could tell if you've been there a whole bunch of years of stuff, but when you first come into work, it should still look decent, man. And he was the manager. So anyway, it was cool, right? He really remember why I got fed up with Taco Bell, but it was the all of the fast foods are pretty much the same, and it would be a situation to where like say if you schedule on a you're trying to it's crazy because you're trying to get 40 hours out of a week, so you're trying to get 8 hours Monday through Friday, and you know even if you're a strong worker, most times that's not gonna happen. At places like Taco Bell, the managers is getting 8 hours, and they might even be getting a little money, but for the most part, ain't nobody getting paid at places like these. So even if you go in on if a Monday you on schedule, you set there for your schedule is set for 8 hours. If you come in and there's no action, ain't nobody eating Taco Bell right now, you will sit in the dining hall or whatever until there's some kind of rush. Well, if there's some kind of rush and the money start coming in, they'll be like, "Hey, come on back." Now you can get on the clock. You might be there sat up there 2 hours. So I used to be sitting there like, man, you know what I mean? I'm scheduled to work, which, and even when I get back there, ain't nothing. It's something to do, but then basically some bullshit. You got to wear all this bullshit. You can't take the visor off. And you take the visor off, they go to tripping. Oh my goodness. I'm so fed up with this fast food thing, right? So again, I didn't for the most part decided I'm done with this thing. And I need me a retirement package. You know what I'm saying? I can't remember what I put in my head to justify me doing this, but I just decided today, like today they had me on the drive through. I decided this today that I'm gonna quit. So they put me on. I ain't told nobody I'm gonna quit. They put me on the drive through. When they put me on the drive through window, I tell myself anything 20 or better, that mine, that my money. That don't go on the draw. That going in. Anything under that, it go in the draw. You know what I mean? So, and this is what I did. I'm probably there about 5 or 6 hours. 20 come in. Now, first I'm doing it strong. 20 come in, it's in my pocket. Oh, 100 come in, and most people not gonna drop no 100 at the Taco Bell drive-through window, but it does happen. 100 come in, my pocket. I'm getting them change out the register. Money end up piling up pretty quickly. I can feel it in my pocket, like getting swole. And I've been here for a long time, so I'm thinking like I'm this, you know, I'm really upside down. This register ain't got nothing in it. So for a while, I paused on me. I keep working. Now the 20s coming in, the little money come in. I'm putting them in the draw, putting them in the draw, putting them in the draw, putting them in the draw. I look up, we're gonna say like I'm supposed to get off at like 7. I look up, it's like 5:36. Let's go back to me again. As the money coming, I'm putting it back in my pocket, back in my pocket, back in my pocket. So we're gonna say about 30 minutes before I'm supposed to get off shift, I go in the bathroom. I get like one of the little Taco Bell bags. I go in the bathroom, I empty both of my pockets. I don't even know how much money it is, but I'm talking about I got like just I like I just got I just got money. I don't know how. I have no idea how much it is. I stuff it all in the Taco Bell bag. When I stuff it all in the Taco Bell bag like this, right? Take the Taco Bell bag, put it under my shirt. I walk outside because I'm supposed to be at the window. You know what I mean? Make sure my clothes are clear. Make sure ain't nobody paying attention to me. I walk outside. When I walk outside, I'm in. It's a whole shopping center area. You got Kmart down there. If I say the place where it is, y'all gonna know where it's at. But Rocky's Pizza, Rocky's, you know what I mean? You got stuff. It was something else across the street. Like CVS. I can't remember. I run over to the bushes, run over to one of the bushes on the side of Taco Bell, look around, make sure ain't nobody watching me. I take the bag and I stuff it way down in the bush. But I'm sure ain't nobody seeing. I'm making sure ain't nobody watching me, right? I come out, don't nobody see me. I go back in Taco Bell, I go to the window. Keep handling business as usual. I'm putting everything in. When it's time for them to pull my drawer, what they call it, uh Charles come pull my drawer. He come pull my drawer, go back there and he counted it. You know what happens is they pull your drawer, they give you a new drawer so you can keep on taking orders while he count my drawer and verify it, let me go home. Again, I ain't told nobody this is my last day, right? So, he back there counting my drawer. I'm at the new drawer, I'm at the window, I'm taking orders. I can hear, him in the office counting the money or doing whatever. Then it's like a little pause or whatever. Then he called my name. He like, John. I'm like, yeah, come here for a minute. I'm like, all right. I go back there. I go to the office. I'm like, what's going on? He looking at the drawer. He like, this all you got? I'm like, what you mean? He like, this ain't nothing but like four, like $300-400. This, I mean, it's crazy. I'm like, I don't know. I remember what he asked me. He asked me, did I make a deposit for you today? And I was like, no, I don't think so. I don't remember. I don't think so. He was like, okay. He like, all right, okay, all right, all right. So I go on back to my window. I'm really kind of just, I'm happy he ain't say nothing, nothing other than okay. You know what I mean? So he go to doing his calculations or whatever. I'm saying to myself now, I can't, I can't tell y'all who told me this because oh, I might even be mistaken, but I don't want to put that out there. But when I was doing the stuff that I was doing, the one thing that I always knew, the one rule I had was never, ever, ever come clean. I mean, that was the rule that I was told. It don't even matter if you get caught red hand cookie in a cookie jar. Don't admit it. Don't admit it. No, man. And especially if you didn't catch me clean, never, never, never admit it, right? That's where I'm at. That's where my mind frame at. Uh Charles ended up calling the general manager. The general manager fly out there. He like, man, and Charles explained what happened. He like, we've been taking orders all day. This what the paper say, and this what this say, and this all that's in this draw. Now I'm knowing they can't, I ain't got no money on me. So she like, where the money at? I'm like, that's all I had. She like, you ain't deposit nothing in the safe because the safe was on the situation where like it was some kind of like time sensitive. So you could put stuff in there, but you couldn't take nothing out. You can only take something out at certain times or whatever, or certain people had access to it. Like the only thing the general manager could get in there, right? Not outside of that time. What going on? What happened to the money? I'm like, she like, listen, if you don't tell me what happened to the money, she's like, I got to call the police, man. They gonna take you to jail. And I'm knowing, like I said, at this point, I'm thinking about it, but I'm like, I can't confess to it because that's just what I was taught. Never to like stick to the story. So I'm like, I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to tell you. Man, she called the police. Police came up there, man. Listen, when I tell you, they looked so like they was just so uninterested in whatever we had going on. They laid out the story. Yeah, we've been taking orders all day. The paper say we should have this much. I took the draw from him. It's only that. The officer look at me. He got a notepad in his hand. He like, did you take the money? I'm like, officer, I ain't take the money. That's everything I got. I'm like, oh, we got a camera right, right here, right under the. So now I knew that the camera right under this machine, the camera watching the drive-through didn't work, but I didn't tell nobody that I knew that it didn't work. You see what I'm saying? I tell the officer, I'm like, there's a camera right here watching my register. It'll show you that I ain't do nothing. The general manager, her name was CC. CC was like, that don't work. The officer was like, the camera don't work. She was like, nah, we supposed to get it fixed. He was like, oh man, how you? So I don't know what to do. He said he didn't take the money. I'm like, officer, look, I pulled my pockets out. I show everything. I show my knee, show in my sock and everything. They like, I don't know what to do. If he ain't got it, you know what I mean? I'm gonna write up this report, and that's all I can do. I'm sitting there. I'm talking about as we all, cause we standing in Taco Bell dining area. Me, the police, the general, Charles, CC, one or two more people, and I'm just standing there looking like. But on the inside, man, I'm doing backflips. You hear me? I'm talking about. I'm already on the inside of my head. I'm spending money. We sitting here talking to the officer. I don't even hear what he's saying no more. I'm like, yeah, I got to call the weed man. Yeah, I'm finna call her. I'm finna go over there. Yeah, I'm finna go get that. I remember. Man, yeah, I'm finna re-up. I finna, yeah, it going. Hmm, yeah, no, yeah, I be here every day. Right. So, boom. The officer write the report up. Everybody signed it. He get it to them. He leave. I call my ride to come and get me. She pull up in about 10 minutes because I told her when I called on the phone, I'm like, look, come get me. I'm ready. She was like, you ready? I'm ready. I'm talking about hurry up, come now. She like, all right, I'm on the way. She could hear the urgency in my voice. She on the way up there. Man, I'm making sure ain't nobody watching me. I leave out of Taco Bell. I sneak over to where the bushes at. I'm acting like I'm walking down to the store. I sneak over to where the bushes at. I'm looking in the bushes. I go in the bushes. I'm looking. I'm thinking, I'm tripping. I don't see the money. I don't see the little white taco bag.